What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today's video is going to be just kind of a chill life update style video. So just going to be going over, some key things that's happened in life, where I'm at in my bodybuilding journey, just things like that. So first prevalent topic of today's video is going to be that I actually hired a new coach probably 12 weeks or so ago now. That has been a major change in the bodybuilding side of things. So originally, I'd worked with a coach. He's going to remain unnamed at the time. We worked together for like 2.5 years. We did one show together. Had one really long off season, like an 18-month off season. Dieted down, did a show, and ultimately I just did not get results. I got results, sure, but I was significantly out of shape for my first show with my new with my old coach. That is, essentially, long story short, got me too fat in the off season, miscalculated the rate of loss needed for contest prep, and that led us to being out of shape. So, we did our show together. And there's definitely some big things there, like I didn't have a reverse diet plan until a couple days after the show. Communication issues, just poor coaching practices. And I do feel like, he's a good guy, but definitely not the coach for me. I need a little more communication than he provided. And I feel like my body needed a different approach to nutrition. And it was almost like, it was just a cookie cutter plan. Like he had a formula, in place, and it worked for some athletes, some it didn't. And I feel like, unfortunately, I was one of the ones that it didn't work for. So which led that to me being out of shape. And, to caveat that too, I ran way more drugs than I ever have in the past. Like, I'm like 180 pounds right now, and I was running 1,600 mgs of gear going into that show, which, contest prep's a little different. It takes what it takes. And I understand that, but I feel like that was on the verge of being excessive for where my physique is at. So that's just, that was kind of a red flaggy there. And like I said, just the approach to nutrition overall was just not smart, especially for being an enhanced bodybuilder. My protein was set extremely high, which I don't have a problem with so much. My carbs were on the moderate side, and my fats were through the roof. So, just as I learned more, as I progressed, I learned that that's not really the correct approach. And I didn't feel like that it was the correct approach for my body. But long story short, decided, it's better off just parting ways at this point. So I hired a new coach. So I am currently working with Evan Wells. He's with Team Pro Physique. And guys, let me tell you, it has been night and day different. I didn't really realize, what I was missing out on until I kind of got it. The communication is insane. The level of detail and the attention to detail in the information that I provide, for check-ins and stuff like that is vastly different. So like I'm actually providing a metric ton of information, day to day and week to week. I have questionnaires that I have to fill out, a daily spreadsheet that I have to fill out as well, just for like all my basic stuff, the macros I've hit for the day, my daily weight, wants me taking fasted blood glucose 3 times a week, along with like a 1 through 5 scale of just like different metrics, how I'm feeling, what my energy levels were like, what my hunger levels were like, just things like that. And guys, I'm gonna be honest, like my prior coach, I never did any of that. Nothing was requested. I was never told like, hey, this is what I need, check in to check in. This kind of information, this is what I want, this is what I need to be able to make adjustments. And I can't put all the blame on him for that. Some of that is on me. To be quite honest with you, I didn't ask. I just kind of trusted the process, so to speak, which in hindsight wasn't the smartest decision. I feel like I should have asked more. I should have asked more questions and seen more of the red flags and maybe made changes sooner. I don't know. But honestly, I can't go back and change that anyway. So it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm super happy as of current with my new coach. We are sitting in a very good spot food-wise. I'm maintaining around 181 to 183 pounds on right at 4,000 calories. So it's 3,950. And the macro breakdown on that is 215 grams of protein, 650 grams of carbs, and 55 grams of fat. And that's going to be my baseline training days. So that's 5 days a week. And also I have 2 low days a week. So low day macros, 215 protein, 400 carb, 55 fat. So the carbs are significantly lower on my low days, which honestly, guys, is amazing. I see that as a very good thing. Kind of gives my digestion a break, lets me kind of relax and chill out a little bit. Not feel like I have to eat a crazy amount of food, which it's still 3,000 calories. For most people that is a lot of food, but it's nice just to have the mental break of like, okay, I don't have to stuff myself every day, because I'm still eating pretty much 100% whole, clean foods day in and day out. Like I'm not even supplementing with like protein shakes at this point. Everything I'm getting is coming from whole foods. So like as of current, food sources are rice, fruits, breads for my carb sources, and protein sources are going to be coming from Greek yogurt and chicken, and my fat sources are coming from peanut butter. Honestly, that's why I haven't made a full day of eating video. Also, I forgot my first meal is cream of rice, but that's why I haven't made a full day of eating video, because Jesus Christ, it's just so boring. Like it's literally rice and chicken 4 times a day, cream of rice in the morning, and a massive serving of fruit at night, before I go to bed. So it's like, it's nothing, super fancy. It's honestly really boring, but I enjoy my foods. I season my foods well, use like 0 calorie, sugar-free sauces and stuff like that to kind of spice things up. And yeah, it's honestly just, I like what I like at that point. But, kind of a caveat, or not a caveat, but something else to think about. I feel like that's how people are successful in bodybuilding, is doing the boring, mundane things, day in and day out, and just kind of checking that daily box every day. I feel like that's where you win. Those people that need to spice everything up, need all this variety, I feel like they struggle, especially when it comes down to like dieting phases. It's not as predictable as eating the same things every day. Now, I'm not saying you have to eat the same things day in and day out, but having some structure in there, especially like focusing everything around whole foods as much as humanly possible, just provides so much more predictability, so much easier on digestion, things like that. Like I said, I just feel like people that can just kind of shut out the noise, do the boring, mundane work when no one's watching, those are the people that succeed. And yeah, I don't know what it is. I guess I just personally don't need a lot of variety in my day-to-day diet. So I just eat pretty much the same foods every day. Now, occasionally I will have some cravings, for sweets, or like my thing is sweets. But I found, eating whole, clean foods, like I don't believe foods are dirty, but I feel like some foods are better for you than others, obviously. But I found that eating, more unprocessed, bodybuilding friendly style foods, my cravings are significantly less. Now, we had Valentine's Day, last week now? And, my girl had got me some like Reese's chocolates and stuff. And honestly, they're my thing. I love chocolate, peanut butter, anything. So I took, 2 or 3 days, and I worked, a few pieces of that, because they were like the individually wrapped, like the Reese's miniatures. I just took 2 or 3 days, and I worked a handful of those into my macros. And like that's more than enough balance for me. That didn't impact my digestion. I enjoyed something sweet, and I still hit my goals. So, if you're tracking macros, or at least tracking your overall calories, you can actually add in some fun foods here and there and still hit your goals. Like that's something, like I do here and there. I don't do it very often just because I don't need it, but I like knowing that I can. If I want to work something in, that option's there. And most of the time, what happens with me personally, is I will say, man, that piece of cake or that candy bar sounds delicious. I'm gonna get one of those and work it in. And what'll end up happening is I'll go, you know what? I'll just stop and pick it up at the store tomorrow, because like personally as a family, we don't keep a lot of junk food and stuff in the house. So I'll stop and pick that up tomorrow, and we'll work that in. And then tomorrow comes, I'll forget about it. 2 or 3 days go by. Man, I need to pick up that candy bar. I need to pick up whatever it is, work that into my macros. I've been craving it. And next thing you know, 2 weeks have went by, and I'll finally stop at the store and pick up the candy bar, the cookies, whatever I'm craving to work into my macros, and I'll enjoy it. And I don't feel an ounce of guilt about it. But I think that's what's, that's what happens when you have a balanced nutritional approach. Is like you just don't find yourself, you don't find yourself needing a bunch of junk food. Like me personally, I've found that I would rather not have the junk food and keep my digestion intact. Like I found that, if I go out and have a big nasty sloppy cheat meal, yes, it tastes delicious, but I'm bloated. I don't feel the best. I'm not operate the best way. Things like that. It's just not conducive for my goals. So like I don't see how people eat fast food every day, 2 or 3 times a day, or like constantly are eating sweets and sugary sodas and stuff. It's like my digestion would be smoked. But I guess it kind of comes back to one of those things, like I didn't realize how much it was impacted until I didn't have those things. So just food for thought there, guys. If you're craving something, have it, but have it in moderation, just like anything else. So kind of next thing to talk about too is where I'm at with my training. So currently my new coach has had me on a modified push-pull legs. So when I say modified, we're training 5 days a week. So we're having a push A, a push B, a pull B, and a singular leg day in the middle of the week. So I train like Monday through Friday. So the way it's laid out, I'll do push A Monday, pull A Tuesday, legs Wednesday, push B Thursday, pull B Friday. So like I said, I train Monday through Friday. It's just what works for my schedule, which I'm not going to say is the best, but as of current, I'm recovering from it fine. We're going to keep it that way. I've been on that split for right at 12 weeks now, and I'll actually get you guys some newer updated training footage in the next few weeks. Because my split actually changes this coming up week. So when I get my check-ins back from my coach on Monday, I should have a new split in there to start playing around with. But the reason we're doing a modified PPL is for a couple reasons. One, I don't train 6 days a week. I like the 2 days a week for recovery. If you're truly training hard, you need recovery time. Now let's look around. Most people at public gyms, they don't train very hard, so they can get away with training 6-7 days a week. But if you're one of those people that go in, attack the weights, actually strain the muscles, actually worry about squeezing, contracting, getting all you can out of your sets, out of your workouts, you need time off. And most people, I feel like, need more time off, if you're actually training hard. To the point of my coach and I have actually talked about dropping down to 4 days to have that added recovery. But back to why it's a modified PPL. So in our next competition season, which I plan to be in 2026, I plan to actually make my classic debut. Because I do have really good legs. I'll actually go ahead and insert a photo of those in there, or not just my legs, but a physique shot. That way you can actually see my legs. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one with a pump. I'll actually notify that. In the video I'll put a text on the bottom, if it's pumped or if they're just cold. So we're making, I've got really good like quad insertions, and my quads are definitely my strong point. So, or my legs overall, I've got good hamstrings as well. But so my coach wants me to move over to classic, which I'm super excited about, because personally I'm not super into men's physique. It's okay, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be pretty. I want to be a fucking freak. Got a long way to go, size-wise, so I'm at freak status, I would say, but that's my long-term goal. I don't want to be a pretty, bubbly look on stage. I want to be grainy. I want to be hard. I want to be full. I want to be dry. Just freaky. I want that, like, you're a week out from a show and people are looking at you like, what the fuck is that? So, back to the split, why it's being a modified PPL. My legs are an obvious strong point, so there's no need to hit legs twice a week. So I couldn't recover from that anyway, because I cannot turn it down to train legs twice. I just mentally I can't do it. So with that being said, we're only training legs 1 day a week, and we're adding the needed volume, or the extra volume, to my chest, to my back, to my delts, to my arms. So I definitely see that continuing in our next split, because especially my back and my shoulders, I feel like are my weakest parts. I feel like they need to come up the most, to be more competitive, to add that width that I need for any bodybuilding stage, but more specifically classic, and just adding overall density everywhere. So that's why we're running more of a modified split, which honestly I've really enjoyed. It's just a nice way to change things up week to week. So I was doing bro split for quite a while, just one body part, per day for 5 days, which I did like, but I've definitely, the research is out showing that you definitely get more growth from more training frequency. So you definitely regulate your volume though. You don't want to do 30 sets on Monday and then have to do 30 sets on Thursday. When it's time to hit that body part again. Split it up. So if you need, if your body needs, say 20 overall working sets, split that up 10 and 10. It's not 20 per session. So when you're writing your own programming, keep that in mind. And if you need help with if you need help with any of your training programs, drop a comment and I'll reach out to you, whether it be via Instagram or however you want me to reach out to you. I actually do online coaching as well, so we can do an initial free consult call, hop on, see what your goals are, see how I can help you, whether it be nutrition only, or just write you individual training plans. I can do either. So drop a comment and let me know if that's something you're interested in. I'd be happy to help. So I'm taking on new clients as we speak. So anyway, back to the video. But yeah, so that's the big main topics into where I'm at as far as my bodybuilding journey goes. So just life in general has been fucking hectic. Man, it seems like every day you're like, man, tomorrow's gonna be less stressful. Tomorrow's gonna be less hectic. And it seems like every day it's just you keep saying tomorrow because life never really stops. So I have a beautiful family. I have a girlfriend, have 2 kids, 2 and 6. So I'll probably insert a photo of those guys in there as well. It's just been crazy around the house with them. We've had some snow here in Middle Tennessee, so we're cooped up in the house, just having to hang out, play around, just make the best of it. But boy, they will drive you crazy. Them kids are wild, but I wouldn't change any of that for the world. And my girlfriend and I are actually coming up on our 1-year anniversary just next month, so a couple weeks away. And I do have a surprise plan for her that she has no idea about. But we're doing I'm not going to say just in case she watches this video, but I do have a surprise for her, and she's going to be over the moon. But yeah, so that's just where we're at with life lately, as far as, the family dynamic goes. I'm just battling sickness over this winter season. My girlfriend and I, we've both been sick 2 or 3 times. The kids have had the flu twice, I think. It's just been a weird year. Me personally, I don't get sick hardly ever. And, if I'm getting sick, it's bad. Yeah, so there's definitely just been this crazy, funky stuff going around. But, we just make the best of it. And we're just trying to live, the best we can day in and day out. Collectively as a family, we're trying to make as many healthy decisions for, not only ourselves, but our kids too. Me personally, I'm staying in the gym. My girlfriend trains at home. So it's cool to, for the kids to be able to see her training, to see her eating well. And we carry that over to them. We don't do a lot of sugar, don't do a lot of just processed foods. Well, we do some processed foods. They're kids. I don't want you to think we're Nazis about that. But we do let them have some candy and stuff here and there. But it's not a main staple of our day-to-day diet. We want to give lead by example, show them that it's not advantageous, for long-term health to eat junk, nasty food all the time. And I honestly don't know that that's the best approach, because there's something to be said too about the people that never have or never able to have sweets or anything like that. When they get them, they just go buck wild. So that's why we're definitely adamant about letting them have the sweets and the candies and stuff like that here and there, just so they can they can have it and they can be kids, because that's important too. My girlfriend and I are under the adage of you're only kids once, so let kids be kids. Let them run, let them play, let them have the sweets and stuff while they can. But again, we got to have this kind of thing in moderation. But yeah, but other than that, it's just been living day to day. Work's been solid. I absolutely love my primary job. So I'm a codes inspector for a local government near me. And then I work actually at a hardware store part-time in the lumberyard department. So work 2 jobs. I work 7 days a week. But it's just a crazy life out here, just trying to provide, take care of the family best you can, and trying to save for the future. So that's honestly why I work 2 jobs. But is it ideal? No. I'd love it to be different, but I also love that my kids are being able to watch and see that this is how a man is supposed to provide for a family. Like I said, just leading and setting good examples. I feel like that's so important. People in today's world are just so soft, and poor little me. I'm just a little victim. I can't do X, Y, or Z. Man, fuck that. Fuck that. That's not a life that I want to live. I don't want to live a victim. Live with a victim mentality. I don't want let my kids, see people grow up, or I don't want my kids to grow up and having that same mentality. Life's fucking hard. You got to work for whatever it is that you get, whether it be, monetary or whether it be a physique. You have to work your ass off for it. And, if you work really fucking hard, you'll get rewarded for it. And like I said, that's monetary or in the gym. And I don't feel like that's a secret, but it's also something that some people are just not born with. I feel like that's something that's shown over time, something that's taught over time. You don't come out of the womb. Most people don't come out of the womb just wanting to be a workhorse, at least not in today's society. Again, most people in today's society are just fucking pussies, man. Everything's always happening to them, or whatever the situation is, but they never step back and look. Like, I put this situation, I created this situation for myself, or you know what, I'm just going to take this government assistance forever and not get off my lazy ass and go to work. That's another fucking problem. People just suck, and I'll be damned. I refuse to live like that, and I want to see my kids. Or I want them to see that that's not how men live. It's not. Like I said, I'm not going to be a victim. I want to be that, the hero figure to my kids' eyes, or the hero figure in my kids' eyes. So if that means I have to miss out on a little bit to go out and take care of responsibilities, I'm good with that. I mean, like I said, it does suck at times. Sometimes you have to miss out on shit. And you know what? That's okay. Because at the end of the day, or when they grow up, at least they'll understand. They'll see why I did what I did. At least I hope so. But anyway, y'all, so let's go wrap up this little TED Talk video today. I appreciate you, sticking around to the end, listening to all my bullshit, listening to me ramble about bodybuilding and life. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and drop a comment down in the comment section. Let me know if you like videos like this, if this is something you want to see moving forward. I'd love, definitely love to do more videos of this style. Because honestly, I enjoy it. There's no script. I'm not, reading off anything. It's all just coming straight off the top of the head. So, yeah, drop a comment down in the comment section. Let me know if you like what you're hearing. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So, thank you guys for watching. Peace.